buddy. Here we go. Oh, hey Joe. What are you guys doing?
We were mushroom hunting.
All right, so last year we had some fun burning the cattails and the weeds, the overgrown grass that were all around our pond. And we already started a little early this year. We started in the late fall, early winter, taking care of the biggest side, the biggest problem over there. All right, so we're doing round 2 of burning down by our pond. We did this in the spring, right before all the new cattails came up, and worked really well for about 2 weeks. Oh, here we go. Here we go, come on. Come on.
Corn dogs?
Corn dogs, no. See, he thinks we're burning corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Sorry, buddy, we're not gonna eat the corn dogs. We gotta burn them. We had a lot of good questions from our video last year. Like, hey, isn't it just gonna grow in worse than it did the year before by burning it? Aren't you gonna ruin the wildlife atmosphere around your pond? And is it really gonna take care of the problem long-term by burning? These are all some great questions that we're gonna talk about today, but we are gonna do it again because we really like the results that we had last year. Here's some of the cattails coming back. So you can kind of pull them out. I could dig under there and get the root of it. That'll keep them from at least coming back. But we've got a lot of it over here. We've had problems with muskrats that we're dealing with. There's a number of issues down here that we're gonna clean up, but the biggest issue is keeping us from the pond to be able to use it is all this growth, and that's what we're gonna deal with. Here, can you pull my hand? All right, you got a stuck boot.
Whoa, it's really stuck in here.
So we're in the stone business here. Got a little muddy there, bud. All right, so winds are just under 10 miles an hour, so they're just very light, which is good for us. They don't have any trees or wooded areas around. It's a little ways away, so we don't have an issue of it spreading. Last year it stopped. As soon as it hit the green grass at all, it stopped. So let's get this party started. This stuff spreads quick. Woo, the heat. My goodness, the heat this puts off immediately is insane. Whew. This is the biggest corner of all the weeds and the cattails. So it's gonna get pretty big along here, and then we've got some other little smaller areas. All right, so we've got a good start so far. The corner is almost through, and then there's a big stretch here, this whole south side of the pond, the growth. Oh man, it's so hot. So it's got a little bit of a slow spot there, and then it's really gonna start to catch in this next little bit here as it starts to burn everything that's been matted down over the winter. Oh. Oh man. Woo! Look at it going. So the quarter's done. That caught on quick. And now it's into the big stretch here on the south side. About halfway down. Now we do have the ducks at the very end, but the weeds and the cattails end before them. So we just got to make sure that it stops and it doesn't catch anything else on fire, but I think they should be all right. And one of our goals of doing this is to help the ducks, because some of the predators at night, the coyotes and things that have been hunting our ducks, they use all of the overgrowth here as coverage to hide behind. And so this will help give them a better viewpoint to be able to get away from them if we do have them out on the pond throughout the summer. So you can see it's pretty much stopping right here at the grass. Right as the flame is hitting the green grass, it burns it a little, but it pretty much puts an end to it. So it's really just the old dry grass that it burns. Say goodbye to the cattails. Ooh, ouch, hot. That's getting pretty hot. I got tears coming down my face. Oh, every once in a while the heat from the flames will hit your face and whew, it's a heat like I've never felt before. Oh shoot. So this is what I was hoping would happen. This is right the edge before. Well, it's not the duck area, but it's their walk down to the pond. And so it about hit this fence and kind of melted it a little bit. But not bad. The ducks are back here a little ways, so as long as this area stops here, then we can clean out the area over there. But what I'm seeing is exactly what I want to see, which is that there's no big growth right here. We've kept this pretty mowed and trimmed down, and so it's able to stop right here on the edge. So we'll make sure this is done, and then we'll go start the other half of the pond. That's where we've got a lot of the trees on the edge. All right, we're ready to start the second side here. This will get going pretty quick. And a big mixture of cattails, trees. And while these trees may somewhat burn in here, they're just gonna burn a little bit. We're gonna have to cut them out. It's gonna be really tough. We've had a hard time keeping them from coming back from year to year. So we'll have to trim them down and see if there's some way we can keep these trees from damaging this is the dam on the pond. So we don't want it to destroy. If it gets down in there and a big tree grows, it'll start causing more leaking than we already have on the pond, and we don't want that. These trees we're gonna have to cut out. We cut these trees out completely last year. Not completely, we couldn't get the roots out, but we cut these trees down to the ground and they still came back, and they're 8 to 10 feet tall, some of these. This area is we've got some new growth of cattails that we need to dig out and spray, but right here we've got a big area to burn, so let's get that started. Answer a couple of the questions. One is, what about the wildlife? Anything that's out here is really just birds that will nest in these, and we do have some nearby ponds if they really need something immediately. But you can already see new growth. You can already see new growth up there that's been unaffected by this. Now we're not gonna let it stay, but if we don't do anything over the next 2 weeks, those will be tall and they'll already be able to use those. But that's not our goal. Our goal is for us to use our pond to fish, to swim, to enjoy. And so it makes it very difficult when there's a ton of growth around the pond to be able to enjoy it ourselves. And so while yes, we would love to have, I know people will say, oh, the cattails will help clean the pond. We still have a lot of moss, a lot of overgrowth, even with all the cattails that we've had over the past few years. And so I don't really see the benefit to the cattails being here at all. You really can't sell me on that idea. And some people say you can eat them, you can cook them up, and to that I'll usually say, listen, These do not look good. 100% do not recommend. We have plenty of food. We grow a lot of our own food, and I don't need to eat cattails. So that's often a weird statement or idea, is to eat cattails. If you guys eat it, great, more power to you, but not really that interested in it. It's pretty disgusting. So we're gonna finish up the burn, and then we'll come back in here in a few hours. We'll start to trim the trees and mow and get this place all cleaned up so we can enjoy it for some fishing tonight. You want your sweatshirt on? Here you go, babe. You caught anything yet?
One fish.
What'd you catch? Big or little fish?
Little bass.
Okay. Catch anything yet?
No.
Okay.
Got some bites.
eggs. Bird hard at work. So Uriah's gonna do some spraying for us. We've got some cattails over here that we have liquid that's just for them. That's supposed to be absorbed into them and hopefully will keep them from coming back. And then Becky and I are gonna trim all these trees along here and then start to get it all smoothed out here so we can actually enjoy all this space. So I'm working on all these roots for the trees that we keep seeing come back every year, and this is what we're trying to do, is improve this from year to year, get a little smarter about what's going on out here, figure out how to stop some of this overgrowth from happening. And these trees are like one long root system that are coming along here, and so I'm digging up the big parts, so hopefully separating the root system, like dividing it and putting an end to it somewhere. It may still grow from the start, and there's a long, it's like a 30-foot area, but every 10 feet or so there's a big bundle of roots, just so we can figure out a way to put an end to this so we don't have to deal with this year after year. Ooh, big bundle of roots, all gone. So we did some trimming for the next couple hours, and now everything is done. Here is some footage from last year to compare. While the water level did go down quite a bit over the past year because of how dry it was last year, you can see how the cattails were much less overgrown, and especially on the west side of the pond, there was so much less overgrowth in the pond itself. And while the moss is back this year, it's not nearly as bad as it was last year. Now it's time to enjoy some fishing.
A small fish.
The little one.
Yeah.
All right, let's send it back. Did you catch a big one? Whoa. How big is it?
1.9.
Wow. Good job, Uriah. It's a big one.
Hey,
We're eating good tonight.
you're both get big ones.
So we've had a long day of working out here, and it is just about wrapped up. It's looking great. We can access the whole pond now, and all the boys are fishing out here. Let's see if we can catch some dinner. Whoa! Another huge one! Wow, that's like another 1.5, almost 2-pounder. Woo! Pretty fish. Woo! Got a big one at the end of the night. How much is it?
2.30 pounds.
That's right. Ooh, biggest one we've caught yet. Woo!
So we cooked up the fish the boys caught from our pond.
Oh man, that looks amazing. Who wants to take the first bite?
Me.
Grab a bite. Let us know how it tastes.
Good.
How's our fish, Eli?
Good.
You don't want to eat the fish?
Yes.
Eat a fish. You like the fish?
It's so good.